church life has become very complex in the last few decades. This is because society's expectations of all organisations has changed. That includes every kind. Religion's no exception. Churches have to comply with all the rules and regulations. When I started in ministry, a funeral celebrant signed certificates along with undertakers, and this indicated that the celebrant saw that the coffin of the deceased had been either buried or cremated. I was never sure how witnessing to that could truly indicate whoever was claimed to be in the coffin was in fact in there. These days, far fewer funerals are conducted by clergy on church grounds, and the legal requirement long since has vanished. John Wesley's buried, in the old Anglican terms, on unconsecrated ground. Instead, his bones are buried at his beloved City Road Chapel. In Wesley's time, society was organised very differently. Births, deaths, marriages, how the whole society organised itself. But it would be a mistake to imagine that it was simpler than today. Wesley's genius was organising the complexities to allow for the spread of the gospel. And we've seen often, and through the year with John Wesley, how others in the past also willingly picked up this task. Not just in historical times, I should add, but into the contemporary as well. There have been some great personalities who've written theology at depth on New Zealand Methodism. Now, one such person in my time is Jim Stuart. Well, to give him his full title, the Reverend Dr. James Stuart. Jim taught me when I was a young adult student for ministry. He's all the usual academic credentials, but far more importantly, it's his mature reflections on Wesleyan theology at depth, about the church making its way in the world, that make him stand above the crowd. In Jim's book, The John Wesley Code, published by Philip Garside Publishing, PGPL, is an outstanding resource in the whole New Zealand context, not just for ministry students, but everyone who wants to do theology. Jim's carried on in retirement, crafting monthly insights into Wesleyan concepts. These are published in Touchstone, the National Methodist Church newspaper. This has been done religiously, despite various health setbacks, including Parkinson's disease. These little pieces usually highlight one or another aspect of Wesleyan theology, which elegantly highlight simplicity permeating complexity. Jim doesn't bury issues, but opens the lid of the coffin, and with the deft touch of a Wesleyan theology, breathes new life into issues and ideas that the church would prefer to put to sleep. He's an avid fan base. A number of years ago, I recorded some video interviews with Jim, which became the basis for my Practical Theology channel on YouTube. All of these and more resources by Jim are to be found only for participants in the Methodist survey in Kiwi Connexion. I'd like to close by paraphrasing some wise words Jim Stuart wrote. Quote, "There's a unique opportunity for creative new forms of ministry if the church can recover its apostolic priorities and not accommodate itself to maintenance and survival." Unquote. What did Jim expect of the church and how it could operate? He said, quote, "Mission first, members second. Vision before preservation. Accountability before uniformity. Resourcing before constraining." Unquote. Join me next week as we look at Reverend Donald Phillips' work in Through the Year with John Wesley. He's the outstanding Methodist historian and chronicler of the 20th century church in its New Zealand context. And thanks for watching.